Hey, hey, welcome. So I'm calling this Coffee Chatter with Malaika. I tried to call it that before, but I'm not consistent about going live or anything like that. So I'm here when I'm here. But I wanted to talk about it's puzzling, and then I have an announcement to make that I'm excited about. And this is another one of those like 3:30 a.m. revelations that I got, but I just kind of wanted to come on and share a little bit with you because hopefully it will encourage somebody today. And then I got my notes here in front of me because I want to make sure I say everything I need to say. All right, and hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm outside as I normally am, so hopefully the volume's okay and there's not too much like outside noise, so hopefully you can hear me all right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about puzzles. So this is just a cute little puzzle I picked up really just for demonstration purposes, but obviously I'll let the kids play with it. But the nice thing about puzzles, and when you get a puzzle, you know like what the end result is supposed to look like. With most puzzles, they have a picture of what the end result is going to be once you complete the puzzle, so that you know what you're going to get. So you know what you're getting. Most puzzles, I do know there's puzzles out there, I think, that don't have an image on the outside, which is crazy, but most of them do. So you know, if you're putting all the pieces together in the right way, you're going to come out with this picture, right? And so the way I looked at that is, that's like when God gives us a vision for something that's to come, we know that if God says it's so, that is so. Because if he says it is, it is. Because he's a God that cannot lie, right? He's not a man that shall lie. So we know that if God gives us a vision for something, and you know it's been confirmed and you know it's from God, you know that that vision is what God has for you. And so that to me is kind of like the picture on the box of the puzzle, on the puzzle box. So when I was getting this download, there was a couple things that I realized about puzzles and how that kind of relates to like the vision that God gives us about things. And one of the things is that when we have our vision and we have our pieces of our puzzle, one of the things that we can try to do, and I'm trying to show you there's puzzle pieces here. One of the things that we can try to do is put those pieces of the puzzle together out of order, right? And so when we tend to do that, I looked at that like that is basically like our timing versus God's timing. Because you know that God, let me see, it's Psalm 37:27, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. So there is a certain order that God has things for, there's a certain order that God has for us, like for things to fall into place. But we tend to want to take the pieces of the puzzle and put them in the order that we want to put them in. And if we do that, we're not going to get that vision exactly the way that God has it for us. And so like I can pick up this puzzle piece and be like, oh wow, I really love this piece. It's got like all these blues. I'm going to put this piece of the puzzle down first. But if you've ever done puzzles before, you know like the easiest way is to put the like straight edges down first, because then you'll kind of get your border and then you can kind of build towards the inside. So there's like a certain order to do it. But if I just take this piece and lay it down, I can try to figure out where in the world this piece is supposed to fit in. But it would be a lot easier if I just follow the process and do things in order to get the result that God has for me. So I hope that's making sense. All right. So we can take those pieces and like I said, we can pick our favorite pieces and try to put them down in whatever order we want. But if we, as my pastor would say, trust the God of the process and know that there's a certain order for things to kind of fall into place, then it will be a lot easier on us, first of all, and then we'll get to, I believe, the end result faster than trying to do it the way we want by picking out the pieces that we want to pick out and putting those pieces down. So that was the first thing that I wanted to say. Let God put things in order in the way that they need to be put in order. Just keep working on your puzzle. Keep working towards that vision that he gave you, and just have patience that he has a certain way and certain order for things to line up for you, and that everything's going to fall into place. So that was one, our timing versus God's timing. So put the puzzle pieces in order. All right, the second thing is that one thing that I've seen people do, which I think is hilarious, but one of the things I've seen people do, you know, when you're trying to fit puzzle pieces together, is that sometimes you'll see people like, and you know, they'll like try to bend the pieces and like force them and make them fit in here. Well, if you do that, to me, that's like us trying to make it happen versus allowing God to just make it happen. Again, if we just put things in order and wait and be patient that, okay, this piece isn't really supposed to go in here like this right now, but if I just am patient and I keep working on my puzzle and keep working towards my vision, then the pieces will all line up, and when it's time for that piece to go in, that piece will go in. When we try to force it, or we're trying to bend those puzzle pieces, we're trying to make it happen. And again, it may fit, and you may be able to make it fit, but the end result, once you have all the pieces together, they're not going to look like that vision that God gave you, because you're putting pieces in there out of order that don't go in the places that they're supposed to go. So, hold on, let me remember now. All right. So your puzzle's going to be complete, but you won't have all the things that God wants for you if you're trying to do it your way and force things that are not supposed to be forced, or maybe it's too early for them to go. Maybe it's too early for them to happen, but maybe he wants it to happen later for you. So you're not going to get all the things that he wants for you, and your puzzle may be complete. Like for instance, we try to come up with like our own goals or our own strategies for making things happen. Like maybe God gave us this vision, but we're trying to say, okay, so I know that the Lord told me I'm going to make $100,000 a year. So I'm going to do this, and you're strategizing a way to make that happen. But did you ever really sit down with God and ask how he wanted it to happen? That's us bending those pieces of the puzzle. And I remember I would do that before in businesses, and I always thought I was putting God first, that I was like, well, I know the Lord like laid it in my heart that I'm supposed to do this or that I'm supposed to have that. And so I would be coming up with all these strategies and all these ways to get that end result, but never really stopping to say, well, is this how the Lord's going to do it? And yes, we know we're supposed to work, and we're when we have faith, we're not just supposed to sit around and wait for things to happen. But there's a difference between trying to strategizing and make it happen for yourself than working alongside with the Lord and the way that he wants things to happen. So that's us bending the puzzle pieces and trying to put it together. The other thing is, the third thing I wanted to say is sometimes we are missing pieces of our puzzle. And, I have to trust that when I bought this puzzle, in order to get this result, that they put all the pieces that I needed in the package, that all the pieces are there that I need to have this end result. And so you have to trust that when God gives you a vision for something, that he is going to make sure that you have all the pieces that you need to make that end result happen. And sometimes we're missing pieces and we're trying to still get that end result. And if you have a puzzle and you're missing pieces, there's going to be spots of that puzzle that are not complete. So you're not going to get the complete vision. You're not going to get the complete manifestation of what God has for you if you're missing pieces. And so, let me see. So for instance, like maybe you know that God, had for you to be successful in a certain area. So you may be successful, but maybe God also wanted you to have a kingdom marriage as well. So maybe you're missing that piece. So you're having the success, but you don't have everything, the full vision and the full manifestation of what God had for you. And as far as the missing pieces, that is probably areas that maybe you're still immature in those areas. It may be areas that God's trying to develop in you because they're currently underdeveloped. And so he still needs to do a work in you in those particular areas. So like for me, I'll just use me as an example. Like I am missing structure. I don't like structure. I don't like schedules. And I love, dance fitness. That's what I'm doing, but I don't like schedules. And it's like, dang, now I have a dance fitness business. I actually have to make a schedule so that people will know when I'm going to have classes and things. Hey, good morning, Christine. So, the Lord put me in a position, and he gave me an opportunity recently, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, that it's forcing me to have a schedule because I have deadlines I have to meet, and I'm believing that he is wanting to develop me and grow me in that area of having more of a structure and more of a schedule, because that's going to impact like the future assignment that he has for me. And so he has to grow me in that area. So if I try to get that vision and I'm still missing this piece of the puzzle where I need the structure, then my vision won't be complete. And so he has to work on that and grow that in me in order for me to have that complete puzzle at the end. So that complete vision. So that was kind of all I wanted to say. Like I said, it was just another 3:30 a.m. revelation about puzzles and your vision. And I just really wanted to encourage you to wait on the Lord to complete your puzzle. Just keep working and be patient. Just trust him. Thank you, Kia. Just continue to work. And like I have mentioned, like my pastor says, just trust the God of the process and just believe him when he says that this vision is for you. It's for you. So just work alongside him and just following him step by step so that you can get that end result in that vision. So I just wanted to mention really quick the announcement that I wanted to make. So I had started my fitness business, the exercise classes, back in July was when I actually officially launched. And previously I was in a jewelry business for about 4 years. My 5th year anniversary was actually just November 1st, and things were going well in that business, and I was doing well. I was providing for the kids and I felt God shifting me out of that business. And when I didn't know what I was going to do, I didn't know what he wanted me to do. And then, as I just kept, praying and seeking him about it, I felt that he was leading me to this fitness business. At least this one of the businesses is the fitness business. And so I started the business where I launched in July, and I was having classes, and then I just felt that God was telling me this wasn't the time. And so that was me having my vision and having my puzzle, but trying to force the pieces together. Because okay, you showed me this vision, so let me get to work and start putting the pieces together instead of just waiting and getting my edges together, edges of the puzzle together, and all that. So that was me just trying to force it. And so I felt like he was telling me to hold on, to wait. And I was feeling in my spirit, maybe November, December would be about the time to restart classes again. So the people that were coming to class faithfully, I contacted them and just let them know hey, I really feel like the Lord's telling me to pause. So, I really want to move in step with him for the remainder of my life instead of trying to do things my way like I was before. So I decided to wait. I also felt like he didn't want me to do things the way that everybody else was doing them. And so if you know anything about like fitness instructors and businesses, you know, like they'll do a lot of like things on TikToks. Like I would watch YouTube videos of other instructors and they would be explaining like how you know, they got like a lot of people in their classes from TikTok and stuff like that. And so, you know, I had downloaded like TikTok and I was going to start doing that. I think I posted like 2 or 3 things, and then I felt the Lord was like, nope, you're not going to do it that way. So I deleted, I deleted the app. So I deleted TikTok, and then I was off of social media, Instagram, and then mostly Facebook for about a month and a half or 2 months, just like waiting to hear like what's going to happen. Because I'm like, okay, Lord, like you gave me this business, and hey Nikki, good morning. So I'm like, okay, Lord, you gave me this business. I'm not supposed to have classes right now. So also I don't have my other business anymore, so I don't have income right now. But he was like, okay, I'm not having classes. I'm not supposed to be promoting and trying to get people, you know, through TikTok or whatever. So what are you going to do, Lord? Like, how is this going to happen? And then in the meantime, while I was on pause, he gave me this other business, which was the digital business, my Etsy shop. And so I started that, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do both. I have no idea. I don't know when I'm supposed to start these classes back up, because now this business is taking up a lot of my time. So like, Lord, how's this gonna all work together? And so I've just been trying to be really patient and wait to see like how, what, when he was doing whatever it is that he was going to do. And then randomly I get a message from an old friend of mine. And after speaking with her and her husband, I started to get a glimpse of what God was getting ready to do. And so I just wanted to let you guys know, and I'm so excited that on Sundays at 4 p.m., my exercise class will be on Roku on the Winning in Prayer TV channel. So if you have Roku, if you're not familiar with Roku, it's a streaming device, kind of like an Amazon Fire Stick. You can get the Roku stick, and so their channel, it's Winning in Prayer TV. It's a new channel, and so they're going to be growing and having like TV shows and cooking shows and preaching and teaching, but they didn't want it to only be preaching and teaching. They wanted to have different areas of ministry, and so they asked me to partner with them and have my exercise classes on their channel. Right, kid? Right? I know. So excited. So I'm so excited. So again, like that is all God. That is all God. To God be the glory. Look at him, because I couldn't have made that happen, right? But I just had to wait, because I know he was telling me, hold on. And who knows what would have happened if I would have just kept going and doing things my way. But I knew that he was telling me to wait for this time to get restarted. So I am so excited. Again, it's Winning in Prayer TV. It's on Roku. And if you don't know, like, you just buy the Roku device, and then you're able to get access to like all these free channels. I think it's about $30 for the streaming stick. And then after that, you don't have to pay anymore if you don't want to, unless there's certain channels that you want that are premium channels. But the Winning in Prayer TV, that is a completely free channel. So you'll be able to work out with me free once a week. Thank you so much, Nikki. And yeah, so I'm so excited. And then I'm actually starting up, thank you, Sandra. I'm actually starting up my exercise classes. Like, if you want to work out with me on Zoom, Thursday, December 2nd, those start back up. And yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what God's doing. And I'm just so blessed and just so unworthy. And I'm just so thankful that he chose to use me as a vessel for this. Because you know how they say God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And that's definitely me, because y'all know I am not like your typical fitness instructor by any means whatsoever. So I am so thankful that I get to be used in this way and in a way that's doing something that's fun for me. So that is all. I will do a separate post just kind of announcing the show as well. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Sorry I was like rambling so much about the puzzles, but hopefully that made sense. Hopefully my illustration about that made some kind of sense. But yeah, so just wait on God, be patient, and just trust that his timing and his way is so much better than ours. All right, you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Right, bye-bye.